Good morning, Primary 6. How are you? I hope that you are all fine. In this video, I want to refresh your mind with the curriculum of the first term for your exam. And don't worry about the exam because it's going to be very easy and very simple. You don't have to be nervous at all or afraid of anything. Okay? The first lesson, here we have mass and weight. The word mass, I know that you all know it from fourth grade. From fourth grade, yes, definition, amount of matter inside an object. And if you remember also from the class, we said, for example, like the pencil case, it contains many pencils, pens, sharpener, eraser, all the things that are inside the pencil case makes the mass of the pencil case. Now the units for the mass, we have gram for small masses like ring, bracelet, anything that's made up of gold or silver. Okay, kilogram for big masses and ton for very, very big masses. But we can measure the mass by a balance scale, and we have many types of balance scales. We have 2-arm balance scales and 1-arm balance scale. 2-arm balance scale, we have here the sensitive balance and the common balance. While the 1-arm, we have a balance with a pointer, and we have also a balance, a digital balance. Okay, now the direction. The direction, the mass has no direction. Does it change by changing place? Do you remember? Of course, it doesn't change by changing place. It is a fixed value. Yes, so the mass doesn't change by changing place. It is what? A fixed value. My mass here in class is the same as my mass at home, same as my mass at the playground. It doesn't change by changing the place. Now, weight. Weight is the gravitational force that attracts body toward Earth. Okay, but what is the unit? The unit is Newton after the scientists. Type. What are the measurement devices for the weight? It is this. Yes, it is the spring scale, right? The direction, since it attracts us towards the Earth, so the direction of the weight is towards the center of the Earth. Does it change by changing place? Does the weight change by changing place? Yes, of course, it changes by changing the place. My weight here is not the same as my weight up on a mountain, and it's not the same as my weight on moon. So who can tell me where's the weight is smaller? On moon or on Earth? Yes, on the moon my weight is smaller. Why? Because the moon is smaller than the Earth. So the gravitational force of the moon is less than the gravitational force of the Earth. Excellent. From here we have two relations. The first one is that weight on Earth equal mass by 10, right? So the weight on moon equal 1/6 weight on Earth, okay? Now the second lesson is heat energy. Heat. And what do we use heat? We use heat to warm our house, to cook our food, to heat water, to drink anything, to manufacture paper, manufacture glass, okay? We use heat in many things. But what is the definition for heat? Heat is a form of energy, of course, that transfers from what? Do you remember? From high to low temperatures, right? Do you remember when I said I am, for example, wrapping a cup of tea? Where is the high temperature? The tea or on my hand? The tea, of course, is with the higher temperature. So the heat transfers from the cup of tea to my hand. Yes, from high to low. So what is temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness. From here, we can also talk about the materials, and we said that we have two types of materials: heat conductors and heat insulators or bad conductors. Okay? Heat conductors are the materials that allow the heat to pass through them, while insulators, yes, I know that you know, do not allow heat to pass through them. Right. Excellent. What can you give me examples about heat conductors? Yes, iron, copper, aluminum, stainless steel, and many others. What about heat insulators? Yeah, wood, plastic, paper, air, wool, glass. Yes, many things. Can you remember which metal conducts heat faster? Huh? Yeah, copper conducts heat the fastest from all the metals. And what do we use the conductors? Making cooking pots, right? Iron, yes, cooking pans. Heat insulators, we make handles of cooking pots, handles of iron, yes, and heavy blankets from the wool to keep us warm in winter. Now measuring temperature. Temperature, can you remember from heat energy? Now I just said, what is the definition of temperature? Degree of what? Yes, hotness or coldness, right. So, by what do we measure temperature? By the thermometer, okay? So we have a liquid inside the thermometer. Do you remember what was that liquid? Yes, it is mercury. Mercury is a good conductor of heat. It is a metal, a liquid metal, okay? So by heating, what does the mercury, what happens to the mercury by heating? It expands. By cooling, it contracts. From that, we have two types of thermometers. We have the medical thermometer and the Celsius thermometer. This is the picture for the medical, and this is the picture of the Celsius. Okay? Now, the structure. The structure of the medical and the Celsius. We have both of them are made up of glass, so they are surrounded by a transparent, thick glass tube. Inside this glass, we have a capillary or a smaller, a very thin tube that is called the capillary tube. At the end here, we have the mercury bulb. And this bulb, of course, contains what? Yes, it contains mercury. Here we have something that is found in the medical Celsius and it's not found in the Celsius thermometer. Okay, what is found in the medical? We have the constriction, right? We have here in the medical thermometer, we have the constriction, while in the Celsius, we do not have a constriction. But can you remember what is the function of the constriction? The function is that it prevents the mercury from going back to mercury bulb before I read the temperature, yes. So what are the scale for the medical? The scale is from 35 to 42, while the Celsius is from 0 to 100 or 200 and some other types of thermometers. The usage, we use the medical thermometer to measure the human body, while the Celsius thermometer, we use it to measure the temperature of liquids. Okay? Thank you, all of you, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.